Good morning everyone. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome back to my channel. This is Poonam Avasthi, your SST teacher. So students, as we are done with our syllabus, this is revision video for history. And in this video, as per your doubts, I have added some map questions. Go through it. Okay, if you face any difficulty in this revision video, please come and discuss in the online class. So let's begin. Welcome all of you in social studies class. This is revision video for history. Please refer chapter 8 Reforms in Indian Society, chapter 11 and 12 the National Movement chapters, and chapter 13 India after Independence. As per your doubts children, I have added map questions at the end of the video. Do it in the map, and in case of any doubt, please join upcoming online classes. We are going to discuss all your doubts there. Okay. So students, Indian society during the 18th century, it was divided along gender and caste lines. At that time children, there were various socio-religious social evils. They existed. For example, child marriage, the sati system, caste system and untouchability. There was ban on widow remarriage, dowry and parda system, polygamy and lack of education among girls. Students, to fight those socio-religious evils, many reform associations were formed. Some of them were Brahmo Samaj by Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Veda Samaj, Prathana Samaj, Satya Shodhak Samaj by Jyotirao Govindrao Phule. And students, membership of Satya Shodhak Samaj was open to people of all religions. Then students, Arya Samaj by Swami Dayanand Saraswati and Ramakrishna Mission by Swami Vivekanand. Students, all these reformers wanted to end evils and uplift women. The most vocal opponent was Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Due to his efforts, condition of women improved and sati was declared illegal in 1829. Students, after this, by the mid-19th century, the British had established themselves as the supreme political power in India. A large part of India was under direct British administration. Other areas were under indirect British control as the rulers of these areas acknowledged British supremacy. After this, students, the second half of the 19th century led to a political awakening among the people. There was a growth of national consciousness and a new kind of movement took place. The strengthening of a common national identity gave rise to an organized national movement in India. The national movement was national in character as it represented the aspirations, dreams of the Indian people as a whole. Then people started looking beyond their regional boundaries and thought of India as a single nation and themselves as a part of this nation. With this growing sense of unity came the feeling of nationalism. Students, there were various factors behind the rise of nationalism. Now let's explore the factors. Discontent against the British rule. As all sections of society suffered under the British rule, and students, the British, they made no attempt to encourage and to support the Indian people. The spread of modern education also helped in the rise of nationalistic feelings. The English language acted as a unifying factor because people from different parts of India speaking different languages could now communicate with one another through a common medium. So students, modern education played a great role. Then role of the press. The Indian press played an extremely important role in strengthening national consciousness. Both the English and the local language vernacular press became a medium to mobilize public opinion and to create a feeling of national bonding. Then students, there were some immediate factors like the Vernacular Press Act 1878 and the Arms Act 1878, which imposed several restrictions, and then a controversial bill, Ilbit Bill. So students, in 1883, Lord Ripon's law member Sir Elbert introduced a bill which is popularly known as the Ilbit Bill. The objective of the bill was to give power to the Indian judges and magistrates to try British offenders in criminal cases at the district level. But the Europeans living in India looked it as a humiliation, and the introduction of the bill led to intense opposition in Britain as well as in India by the British residents. So it was withdrawn by the government then. Now students, with this upgrowing discontent against the British, there were many brave movements that played great role in making India independent. Let us take a look at some such brave movements. This all started with the first organized movement against the British, that is Rebellion of 1857. Then formation of Indian National Congress by A.O. Hume in 1885. It started negotiating terms with the British. It became stronger day by day till the end of the freedom movement in 1947. Partition of Bengal. This partition helped Indians to see the divide and rule play behind the administration of the British. Then students, a very popular Swadeshi and boycott movement. Students, Swadeshi literally means of one's own country. People should use goods produced within the country. It was started to promote Indian industries and strengthen the nation's movement. Boycott means to keep away from, and this program had main agenda of giving up the titles, giving up government jobs, and this was followed by the boycott of schools, colleges, legislatures, etc. People under this were also asked not to work and not to cooperate with the government in any manner. Especially the radicals popularized Swadeshi production, use and purchase of Indian products and boycotted everything that was foreign. Huge bonfires were used to burn foreign clothes and articles. This all helped the Indian industries, especially the handicraft and textile industry, to revive back. People in large numbers started buying only Indian goods, attended only national schools and colleges, and some of them even resigned from the British government jobs. So this movement was very important movement. Then students, with the arrival of Mahatma Gandhi, the national movement became more stronger. His role in the struggle has been paramount. He also preached non-violence, protested against social evils. Then students, Jallianwala Bagh incident changed the tone of freedom movement. It gave birth to rebels such as Bhagat Singh. And students, the national movement got a political tone with the Khilafat movement. The Khilafat movement brought a political tone to the national movement when Congress joined Muslim League to fight against the British. And students, non-cooperation movement, the movement aimed at protesting against British by giving up titles, by giving up jobs, and this was also followed by the boycott of schools, colleges, legislatures, etc. Then students, in 1929, Bhagat Singh and Batukeshwar Dutt threw political handouts and smoke bombs at the assembly. Bhagat Singh and Batuk became the face of the youth against the British after this in India. Then, in the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi, civil disobedience movement began against all the unjust by the British. Gandhiji organized Dandi March to break salt law under this. Then students, Azad Hind Fauj also played a great role. The national movement grew stronger after the involvement of Azad Hind Fauj. In August 1942, Mahatma Gandhi finally launched Quit India movement, which led to the freedom in 1947. So students, this was a story of Indian freedom struggle starting from 1857 revolt to the Quit India movement. And now, what happened after independence in India? So students, we were happy with the independence, but this happiness came along with some challenges. Integration of the princely states, rehabilitation of the refugees, economic development and framing a constitution were the challenges in the hands of country. The constitution was completed on 26 November 1949 and was adopted on 26 January 1950. Since then, this day is celebrated every year as our Republic Day. Now students, just have a quick look to the features of Constitution of India. The highlights are equality before law. So the Constitution declared that all Indians, irrespective of their caste, religion and gender, are equal before the law. People of all caste communities, regions and religions would enjoy the same rights and no person would face any kind of discrimination in India. And students, special privileges for disadvantaged Indians were also given. Then, universal adult franchise. In this, all Indian citizens above the age of 21 have the right to vote in the elections, and now the current voting age is 18 years and above. Under this, the division of powers was done between central and state government by 3 different lists. So, the subjects in the union list were to be looked by the central government only, and the subjects in the state list were to be looked only by the state government. And students, some subjects like education, forest, trade, etc. In this matter, both central and state government will take the joint responsibility. So students, central government has power to make laws under union list for the subjects like defense, banking, currency, etc. And state government has power to make laws for the subjects like police, trade, agriculture, etc. And students, under concurrent list, both central and state government jointly make laws on the subjects like education, forest, trade, marriage, etc. So students, India has progressed a lot during the last few decades, but there is much more to be done. Now understand the challenges ahead. So poverty, caste and gender inequality, illiteracy and unemployment. The challenges for India are many, but we are ready to tackle all this with great responsibility. Now students, as per your requests, here is home task based on map skills. Do it positively, and in case of any doubt, please join upcoming online classes. This is it for today in this revision video. Thank you so much for watching. Keep watching, keep learning.